Hi guys, so today's workout is going to be a little bit different. You don't need any machines at all you need is a resistance band if you want to make it more difficult, but if not, you just need some dumbbells. I'm going to warm up in the Stairmaster, so I'm going to go 2 minutes to the front, to the side, to the other side, and then to the back. You can go either 2 minutes or 1 minute, whichever one you'd like, and then you can go at speed 6, 7, or 8 so that it's still pretty challenging. You can also do this with the resistance band if you want, but I'm just going without it. So once those 2 minutes are up through the front, I'm gonna switch to the side and just pressing through my heels and being careful not to slip and fall. I'm kind of looking down so I make sure to step right on the step and then holding onto the railing at the top. Once those 2 minutes are up, I'm gonna switch and do the same thing on the other side, again pushing through my heels, making sure my core is engaged so that my back is not wobbling back and forth as I'm stepping. And then once those 2 minutes are up, I'm going to switch to the back, again pressing just through my heels. The only thing that's going to touch the step is my heel. Looking down, and this one's pretty difficult, so just hold on to the sides and look down and you'll be okay. And that should total about 8 minutes of a warm-up, so you're good to go. You can be on the Stairmaster for as long as you need and do as many variations as you want. But then before we start, I'm gonna do some booty activations with my resistance band. I'm gonna do 10 fire hydrants on each side and then moving on to 10 kickbacks on each side. Again, my core is engaged so that my back is not moving as I'm doing the exercise. The only thing that's moving is my leg to the outside and inside, and I'm thinking about leading with my knee, if that makes any sense. Then I'm gonna move the resistance band between the floor and my knees to do the kickbacks, and then again keeping your core engaged so that there's no bending in your back, because this is going to hurt your lower back in the future. And then just kicking back, extending my leg all the way to the top and making sure I'm squeezing my booty at the top of the exercise. And I'm gonna do 10 on each leg. If you need to do this without the resistance band, that's okay. Just make sure you squeeze your booty at the top. Do all 40 kicks, rest, and do this 3 times total. So for the first real exercise, you're gonna need to elevate yourself above ground and grab a kettlebell. I'm grabbing a 50-pound kettlebell, and then in a sumo stance position, so wider than shoulder width. And I'm gonna engage my core, go down without arching my back, without letting my hips go back. My knees are staying in front of my toes, and I'm lowering myself very carefully and using only my heels and the inside of my thighs sort of to pull myself up and squeezing my booty at the top. So really make sure you get that mind to muscle connection in these exercises, otherwise it's not going to be as setting that with some kettlebell swings. So I'm gonna keep my core engaged so that I don't hurt my lower back. I know I keep on saying that, but it's really important. I'm gonna let the kettlebell swing so that this is easier, and then once it's midway, I contract my glutes and my hamstrings to get the kettlebell all the way in front of me, and I don't let my back arch or do anything weird that might hurt me. My triceps and my abs are also engaged so that my kettlebell doesn't swing and kill someone. You should feel the pull in your hamstrings, and your glutes should burn, otherwise you're doing it incorrectly. Moving on to the next superset. This is literally the second real exercise, and I'm dying because that fan is not on, so I'm just like dripping sweat already at this point. So anyways, I'm going to be doing some boxed squats with a kettlebell. I'm using 40 pounds. And usually I like to use dumbbells, but they didn't have any that were 40 or 45 pounds. They only had like 51, so I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm using the resistance band to help me keep my knees out and to feel the burn more of my outer booty, I guess, the side booty, even though that doesn't really exist. But anyways, I'm gonna, as soon as my butt touches the box, I'm gonna get up and again driving through my heels and having that mind to muscle connection to feel the burn all up on my quads. Once I finish that, I'm gonna superset it with some jump squats. 10 really explosive jump squats with the band still around your knees, squeezing glutes at the top and jumping as high as possible. I was literally fucking dying. I hated every second of this. Next, I'm gonna be doing some hip thrusts, and this took me forever to set up because it was so uncomfortable, but you really just need like a bench or a box, or you can do what I did, but just be comfortable. I'm using the band around my knees to make this more difficult, but you don't need to, and you don't need to do it with a weight either. You can just do hip thrusts, that's fine also. Just make sure that you set up your legs so that whenever you are up, it makes a 90-degree angle. And then I'm gonna go down slowly and drive up as fast as possible and squeezing my glutes at the top whenever I am up there. I think I'm using 50 pounds on my hips, and then just make sure that the height of the bench or box, that whatever you're going to be using, is comfortable and it doesn't hurt your back. Make sure that your gaze stays to the front and that your core stays engaged throughout the whole movement. You are pushing through your heels the entire time, and your sternum stays at the top the entire time as well. At the end of that, I'm going to hold for 10 seconds and I'm still pushing through my heels. Then I'm going to put the weight down and the band remains around my knees. I'm going to superset that with some reverse lunges, and I'm going to use a comfortable weight. I'm using 20 pounds just to make this a little bit more challenging, and I'm going to do 8 reps on each side, so 16 total. I really recommend using a resistance band for this exercise because you basically have to force your legs open, and the front and the back leg are working to each do their own thing, so this is super challenging, especially after hip thrusts. Make sure that your knee doesn't go over your toes, that your back's not wobbling back and forth, all that good stuff. Form is really key to not hurting yourself. Again, once I'm at the top, my back leg is just driving as far as it possibly can, and then as soon as I feel some tension, I squat down to help the exercise move along. And wrapping the fuck up with some rope slams. I'm gonna be freestyling for about 30 seconds. So I did about like 10-15 seconds double, and then I switched on to single and stuff like that. I know that if you do a deeper squat with these, it burns out your legs as well, but this was hard enough for me, bitch. I was struggling. And I threw these in because I had a really short back day this week, so I wanted to burn out my back muscles a little bit more. So yeah, I was just making up for that. I did about 4 sets of that, and then I limped my ass home because, bitch, I was tired.